Racing is one of the most loved gaming genres. While playing, one can sense a feeling of thrill, adrenaline, and enjoyment. There are the best racing games for Android that you must have a try on. These games are fun and help reduce stress, increase concentration, and improve hand-eye coordination. Moreover, they are also responsible for enhancing our decision-making skills. Here we list out some of TAG 15 best racing games for Android and iOS. Asphalt 9 Legends is the latest racing game from Gameloft and the latest in the popular Asphalt franchise. It features excellent graphics, solid mechanics, and a metric ton of content to play through. That includes over 800 events, weekly and monthly events, and online PvP action. You also get up to 50 cars to unlock, various upgrades, and more. Its freemium strategy is a little more aggressive than we would normally like. However, aside from that, it's a good arcade racing title with some of the best graphics of any racing game. Asphalt 8 Airborne is still actively updated as well if you want a more mature title with the old control scheme. GRID Autosport is a port of the PC version. It was also one of the best games launched in all of 2019. The game boasts 100 cars along with 100 total races. The game is focused on a single-player experience, and you not only get adjustable difficulties, but a variety of racing styles and little niceties like hardware controller support. This is one of the easiest recommendations on the list because it feels so complete. The price tag is a bit high, but you get the full PC game along with all of the DLC for that one price, so it's hard to complain too much. This is one of the good ones, trust us. There is also a demo version in the Play Store. You can buy the DLC from the demo version to unlock the full version if you want to go that route instead. KartRider Rush Plus is an arcade-style kart racer. The game has several game modes, including a speed mode, arcade mode, a ranked mode, and a story mode. There are even time trials so you can lower your times on each track. In addition, there are various customizations for your racer to make it how you want. There are also power-ups to help you mid-race. The mechanics are reasonably fun even if they lack realism. The game's updates come at a rapid pace and some characters are locked behind paywalls. We're not fans of that part, but the rest of the game is pretty good. Mario Kart Tour briefly held the record as the most successful mobile game launch in history until Call of Duty Mobile came around a few weeks later. The mobile version of the game is a bit watered down from the console experience, but there's enough there to feel like a Mario Kart game rather than just another mobile racer. You can unlock a variety of racers from the Mushroom Kingdom, compete in a variety of races, and there are a couple of different game modes as well. It even supports multiplayer after a mid-2020 update. Nintendo needs to tone down the microtransactions a little bit, but otherwise, this is a delightful mobile arcade racer with just enough Mario Kart to feel like a Mario Kart game. Dirt Trackin 2 is the sequel to one of the more excellent racing games on mobile. The sequel is also quite good. The game features 5 classes of cards, a career mode, customizable cards, and a few different control schemes. Additionally, it boasts above-average mechanics, varying difficulties, and customizable controls for the player along with PvP multiplayer. Admittedly, the graphics aren't the best compared to most games on this list, but they are better than the first game in the series. However, the level of customization and the content itself more than makes up for it. This is a cheap, premium racer with no in-app purchases or ads. Hellclimb Racing 2 is one of the newer racing games on Android. It features a simple premise, colorful graphics, and simple controls. You'll be racing up and down hills against opponents. It sounds easier than it actually is. Players can also customize their vehicles, tune them to behave a certain way, and more. The game includes a campaign, an online multiplayer mode, achievements, daily tasks, and challenges. It also works pretty well on older devices. It's a freemium game. That's not a big deal, but we just wanted to let you know. This is also available as an offline racing game as well. Horizon Chase was one of the best racing games of 2015. It features retro-inspired graphics. There is also a lot to do. It features dozens of tracks, a variety of cars to unlock, and more. What makes this game unique is that it has complete Android TV support, NVIDIA Shield TV support, and you can use most game controllers with it. There is also an online multiplayer mode and leaderboards to round out the experience. The free version is a demo that lets you try out a few of the tracks for free. The paid version is a scant $2.99. The developers are still adding new events as well, and we couldn't be happier. Yes, you can play this racing game offline as well. Beach Buggy Racing 2 is very similar to games like Mario Kart. It's a kart racer with various special abilities to give you an edge. Players race across a variety of tracks in a variety of locations, each with its own obstacles. The game includes 45 power-ups, over 40 karts to collect, online PvP, various customizations, and a few different game modes. We do wish it had some tertiary features like offline play and Google Play Games achievements. After all, this is a vector unit game, the same developers of the Riptide GP series. The Riptide series has those kinds of features. Otherwise, it's a good game. Grand Prix Story is a racing sim from KairoSoft. The developers are really good at making quirky, simple simulation games with decent mechanics. You'll be the boss of your own team. That puts you in charge of training drivers, acquiring sponsors, and winning as many races as possible. It's a good approach for those who like racing, but prefer a more hands-off approach. Those looking for a realistic experience may be disappointed. However, it's still not a bad game. It's also a pay-once game with no in-app purchases.